You're walking into a coffee shop. She's with her friend. You glance at her, and in less than a second, she flashes that smile. Not the polite one, not the customer service version. This one lingers. Her lips curl slower. Her eyes hold yours longer. And for a moment, it feels like the room went silent. Oh, why do women smile like that? Is it kindness? Is it chemistry? Or is it something you were meant to notice, but never learned how to read? My friend, most guys think a smile is just friendliness. But the truth is, some smiles are signals. Signals that she's not just looking at you, she's choosing you. In this video, I'll break down 7 types of smiles women give when they want you, including the one smile she only gives to the man she actually wants. And I'll show you exactly what it looks like in number 5, so you can spot it instantly and never miss your chance again. Let's talk about it. 1. The smile she can't hold back. There's a certain kind of smile that doesn't come from her lips. It erupts from her soul. She sees you, and for a split second, she forgets to be composed. Her face softens, her eyes light up, and most importantly, it's instant. There's no delay, no calculation, no "should I smile or not?" hesitation. This isn't a smile she chooses. It's a smile she can't stop. You'll notice it when you catch her off guard, like when you walk into a room unexpectedly, or when she hears your voice from behind. And here's the key, my friend. This smile doesn't just happen when she's trying to impress you. It happens when she's genuinely happy you're there. Most guys overlook it because it's fast. It fades just as quickly as it appears. But real attraction doesn't need to last 10 seconds. Sometimes it shows up in 0.5 and still says more than any word she'll ever speak. So if you ever see her face light up before she even knows she's doing it, that's not just a smile. That's her instincts reacting to your presence. It's not always sexual. It's not always romantic. But it is undeniably personal. And if you see that kind of smile the moment you walk in, don't ignore it, because it means something very real just slipped past her defenses. 2. The eye lock plus smile combo. Some girls smile at everyone, cashiers, strangers, waiters, but this one's different. It's not just the smile, it's what she does while she's smiling. She looks at you, and she doesn't look away. There's this moment, not loud, not obvious, but it hits harder than a compliment ever could. She locks eyes, her lips curl up slowly, and for a moment, you can feel time pause. This is the difference between "I'm polite" and "I'm drawn to you," because eye contact is control. And when a woman gives it while smiling, she's not just reacting, she's testing the connection. You see, most women look away after they smile. It's automatic, a flicker. But when she holds the eye contact, she's saying, "I'm not afraid of being seen by you." And here's the psychology, my friend. The longer she holds that gaze, the more emotionally invested she already is. It's subtle dominance, it's visual intimacy, and it's one of the clearest signals of romantic interest there is. So if she smiles and keeps staring, don't play it cool. Don't stare at the ground or pretend it didn't happen. Return the energy, match her pace. Because if she's still looking, that's not a smile, that's a signal. 3. The bite-back smile. Not every woman is bold about her interest. Some aren't ready to show it. Others don't even realize it's happening, but her face always gives it away, especially when she smiles, then quickly tries to hide it. She'll look at you. Maybe you said something smooth, maybe you didn't say a word, and right when her mouth starts to curl, she pulls it back. That's what I call the bite-back smile. She doesn't want to smile. She doesn't want to seem obvious. but her body betrayed her, just for a second. And that second is everything. It's in that nervous lip twitch, that glance down, that fake cough, that sudden shift in posture like she's trying to reset her face. Because deep down, she knows she smiled, and she hates that you saw it. But she also kinda hopes you did. You see, this smile comes from emotional tension. She's not fully comfortable, but she's definitely affected. And the part of her that wants control is battling the part that wants you. That's why it looks so messy, so quick, so restrained. It's not fake, it's unprocessed attraction leaking through the cracks. And my friend, if you ever catch a girl start to smile, then immediately reset her face like nothing happened. That's gold. That's your green light. Not to pounce, but to start paying attention. Because now you know she's feeling something she wasn't ready to show. And once it leaks once, it usually leaks again. 4. The smile with her whole body. Most men look at her face, but if you really want to know what she's feeling, watch her body. Because when she smiles with just her mouth, it could mean anything: politeness, habit, distraction. But when she smiles, and her body reacts too, that's different. Maybe her shoulder dips. Maybe she tilts her head just slightly. Maybe she leans in, even if it's just an inch. Maybe her foot points toward you without her noticing. These aren't random, they're instinctive. And they almost always appear together with a genuine smile. You see, the body doesn't lie. It can't. So when she smiles and her posture opens up, her arms uncross, her voice softens, her chest turns toward you, or she physically orients herself closer. That's not a coincidence. That's biology in action. She's not just smiling at you, she's inviting you in. And here's the key, my friend. Women don't even realize they're doing this. She might think she's being casual, but her body language is already having the conversation before her words ever catch up. So next time she smiles at you, don't just stare at her face. Scan the frame. What's her body saying? Because when her whole presence reacts to seeing you, not just her lips, you're no longer guessing. You're reading the truth. Quick checkpoint, my friend. Have you ever looked at a girl, and the second she smiled, you knew that wasn't for just anyone? That wasn't a "thanks for holding the door" smile. That was a silent message, custom built for you. If that's ever happened to you, tell me in the comments. What did her smile say? And if you've never experienced it, pay close attention to what's coming next, because this is the exact moment I warned you about in the intro. The smile that doesn't just say she's attracted to you. It says she sees you as him. And if you're feeling that clarity kicking in right now, tap that like button. You've just leveled up your radar. 5. The smile she reserves just for you. There's a difference between a woman who smiles at you and a woman who smiles for you. Most guys never catch this because it's not about how big the smile is. It's about how rare it is. Watch her when she's around others, her friends, her co-workers, even random strangers. Now compare that to how she looks at you. If her smile changes when you're in the room, if her eyes soften, if she glows differently, if her entire energy shifts the second your name is mentioned or your voice is heard, that's not just chemistry, that's exclusivity. This is what I call the reserved smile, the one she doesn't give to just anyone. It's not loud, it's not flashy, but it hits you like a wave because you know deep down that smile wasn't meant for the world. It was meant for you. It feels like the universe paused for a second and gave you a peek into how she really feels. And even if she doesn't say a word, that one look changes everything. And here's the part most guys miss, my friend. This smile doesn't happen often, but when it does, it's so honest that it almost makes you nervous. It tells you, without trying, I see you differently than the rest. So if you've ever caught a girl smiling at you like you're the only one in the room, that wasn't friendliness. That wasn't good lighting. That was attraction, unfiltered. And that is the most powerful smile of them all. 6. The oops you caught me smile. There's a certain kind of smile that only shows up after you catch her watching you. It's not planned, it's not perfect, but it's very real. You're in the middle of something, talking to someone, ordering food, just existing in your own lane. And then suddenly you feel it, like someone's eyes are locked on you from across the room. So you look, and there she is, busted. And in that split second, her entire face changes. She wasn't ready for you to catch her. She thought she had a few more seconds, but now she's smiling and trying to act like it was nothing. Oh, I was just looking around. Haha, no, I wasn't staring. Yeah, sure. That smile, the one that sneaks out when she's been exposed, that's the oops you caught me smile. It's half nervous, half excited, and 100% real. You'll notice it because it looks genuinely flustered. Her eyes widen slightly. She might giggle. She might turn away quickly like she's been caught doing something illegal. And my friend, this is where the game flips. Because up until now, you were doing the decoding. But this moment, she's the one caught. And her own face just told the truth. She was checking you out. She was imagining something. She was already mentally involved. And now she knows you know. So don't mock it. Don't tease it too hard. Just smile back, steady and calm. Because that 1 second of exposure, that's all the proof you need. 7. The smile that keeps coming back. Some smiles happen once and vanish. Maybe it was the lighting. Maybe it was politeness. Maybe it didn't mean anything. But there's one kind of smile you should never ignore. The one that shows up again and again and again. You see her across the day, once in the hallway, once at the table, once while you're just walking by. And every single time, that same look, that same curl of the lips, that same unspoken energy. This is what I call the recurring smile. And it's one of the clearest signs that she's not just reacting to a moment. She's reacting to you. Because when a girl smiles at you once, you can chalk it up to manners. But when it happens multiple times, spontaneously, without any social obligation, without any reason, that's not manners, that's memory, that's her brain replaying the interest. And here's the key, my friend. This kind of repetition isn't an accident. It's a loop. She keeps smiling because something about you keeps triggering her interest. You make her feel seen. You make her feel nervous. You make her feel something, even if she can't name it. And even if she plays it cool, even if she pretends not to care, her smile keeps showing up to betray her. So watch for it. Not once, not twice. But the third time, that's no coincidence. That's a pattern of desire, and it's aimed right at you. You've seen it now, the 7 smiles most guys miss. Some are bold, some are quiet, some happen in public, and some slip out like secrets she didn't mean to show. But if there's one thing you take from this video, my friend, let it be this. A woman's smile isn't random. It's a reflection of how she feels when you walk in the room. Most men are busy talking. You'll be the one observing. Because now you know the difference between a smile that's polite and a smile that's personal. A smile that lingers. A smile that exposes her. A smile that keeps coming back. And maybe, just maybe, if you pay close enough attention, you'll catch the one we talked about in number 5, the one that's meant for you and no one else.